sold over 4 million copies. Intentionally or not, the Illuminati album contributed to the plethora of conspiracy theories. The most popular of these presumes Tupac is still alive, maybe living under an alias in Cuba with his aunt Asada. Fans in denial still cite presumed clues, poring over Pac's lyrics since his '94 shooting, and the choice of the posthumous alias, Machiavelli. To these fans, Pac's video for I Ain't Mad At You seemed eerily similar to the actual events leading up to his death. On top of all that, the fact that he was cremated less than 48 hours after he was killed led many fans to believe he was still alive, or at least that foul play was involved. There were many murder suspects as well. Apparently, there were a number of people who may have wanted Tupac dead. Some feel Pac's Black Panther heritage and the post-fame persecution he received point to a government-led plot to silence the most popular Panther-related voice. It never has been clear what police actually did to solve Tupac's murder. Almost a decade later, the crime remains unsolved. To the media, the East Coast-West Coast rivalry seemed the most likely theory. Tupac's main East Coast rival, the notorious B.I.G., was gunned down 6 months later, on March 9, 1997. Others point to Suge Knight, who has connections with the Bloods and Death Row Records, who stood to lose at least tens of millions of dollars if Pac indeed left the family. The suspicion seemed bolstered by the fact that, despite driving the car, Suge himself escaped Tupac's fatal incident with only minor injuries.
Tonight's shocking allegations against the city's top cop. Former Detective Russell Poole has filed suit against the department. Poole says he uncovered dirty cops while investigating the murders of rappers Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur.
I provided the chief with enough information and evidence that would warrant a full probe, and at that meeting I was ordered not to investigate any further.
Well, that's basically what it appears to be, a retaliation. Okay, and I think Suge Knight wanted it to look that way. You got to ask yourself one question: why haven't these cases been solved? And one reason that they were well orchestrated, well planned out, radios being used, communication, and it had to be experienced people doing this, which would lead you to believe that experienced police officers knew exactly what to do. You know, had we been able to aggressively investigate and had the heart to connect the two and do a thorough investigation, I think we probably would have found out more information. I think the fact that law enforcement officers were working for death row, and that was a scandal in itself, okay? The fact that law enforcement officers were working for gangsters, known felons, because it was no secret that Death Row Records was involved in drug trafficking.
In fact, in late 2005, it was reported that Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney was attempting to pass legislation for the public release of all files in the life and murder of Tupac Shakur. McKinney's report noted that at the time of Tupac's and Biggie's deaths, Tupac, Biggie, Death Row, and Bad Boy Records were under FBI, ATF, IRS, NYPD, and LAPD surveillance and/or investigation. This announcement followed the recent news that a federal probe had also reopened its investigation into Tupac's 1994 ambush at New York's Quad Studios. But Tupac's family would lose one more member that year as well. Tupac's half-brother, Yafeyu Fula, also known as Gaddafi. On November 10, 1996, 19-year-old Gaddafi suffered a gunshot to the head, execution style. He was found dead sometime later, slumped against a wall on the third floor of a New Jersey apartment block. Some think the reason behind his murder is due to the fact that he was the only witness willing to testify in Tupac's murder. The Outlaws only reveal that the pair were half-brothers after their demise. It is believed that the pair shared the same father, William Garland. Pac's sister Sechwa commented on living through that time this way: "Death was all around me. The son of a close friend of Mom's committed suicide. Another cousin of mine in Baltimore killed himself. Yefeyu, my cousin, dead. Tupac, dead. It was no big thing to me to think about dying. It had to be better than living in rage, living in pain and sadness." Tupac's professional recording career spanned just 5 short years, and yet his prodigious talent left his fans with a huge volume of his art to hold on to. Death Row released Tupac material annually, spawning 6 chart-topping and often multi-platinum albums. After Tupac's death, Afeni Shakur sued Death Row for mismanagement of Tupac's royalties, as well as to receive ownership of his music. She eventually prevailed. In 1999, the Shakur estate, in collaboration with Linda Steinberg, published the book The Rose That Grew from Concrete, which consisted of 71 poems written by Pac from 1989 to 1991. And in 2001, Tupac's recordings with his first Oakland group Strictly Dope was finally released under the title Tupac Shakur, The Lost Tapes. By 2002, Tupac's first 5 posthumous albums had already brought over $40 million to his estate. In 2002 alone, more than 2.7 million of Shakur's CDs were sold, 6 years after his death. Forbes magazine ranked Tupac as its 10th richest deceased celebrity for that year. Through his estate's Amaru Entertainment, Afeni recently produced a double CD of her son's unreleased songs. And on September 20th, 2005, Amaru Entertainment released The Rose Volume 2, music inspired by Tupac's poetry. In June 2005, Afeni Shakur opened the Tupac Amaru Shakur Center for the Arts in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Sitting on a 6-acre campus, the center will focus on mentoring high-risk youth between the ages of 12 and 18. At a price tag of $4 million, the center was funded mostly through royalties from Pac's albums, DVDs, and film projects. And more projects are underway, including the popular Machiavelli clothing line, upcoming videos from previously unseen footage, unreleased tracks, and even his sister Sechwa's new clothing line for women, Mademoiselle. Pac once said, "It always happens that all niggas that change the world die violently." Tupac was someone who was proud to stand up and fight for his beliefs. Like his rose that grew from concrete, Pac came up from impossible circumstances to inspire millions. And though some tried to destroy him, Tupac's inspirational genius, his music, his poetry, and his spirit live on. Tupac himself put it this way: "In the event of my demise, when my heart can beat no more, I hope I die for a principle or a belief that I have lived for. I will die before my time because I feel the shadow's depth. So much I wanted to accomplish before I reached my death. I have come to grips with the possibility and wiped the last tear from my eyes. I loved all who were positive in the event of my demise."
Mics, I hold them, spit what's golden. From head to toe, stay fresh when I'm strolling. 80s break danced on linoleum. Head spins, back spins, look, it's back again. A circle, the cipher brings the light through. Tag walls with names, things we might do. Along with break battles, along with rap battles. Along where we come, still pushing the throttle. I stay focused, now y'all can quote this. I'ma breathe hip-hop till my days are over. Each step I take, that day get closer. So I spit all out, it's what it's all about. I was raised in the era of hip-hop. Right shoulder, carry a boombox.